Good morning, man. It's your boy Roller with Roll, and you already know we don't start the day on E over here. We fill it up with what? Energy, wisdom, a little laughter, and a whole lot of truth. Repeat after me. I honor my growth. I release what no longer fits me. I give myself permission to evolve. I give myself permission to evolve. Let's go ahead and jump into this episode, episode 8, Stop Running Back to What You Have Outgrown, with your guy, Roller Roll, on the Good Morning Man podcast. Now, let me just go ahead and say it. Fam, I did it. I just want to let you all know I did it. I slid back into some old energy. You know what happened. Sometimes we do what? We get a little too comfortable. And I sent that text. I responded to that message, and I told myself that maybe, sometimes you've done it too, we tell ourselves that maybe we can hang with them and it won't, that it won't hurt. Let me tell you the truth. Let me tell you what really happened when I tried that, and I make sure that you're listening. You see, what happened was, on a couple of trips that I've been on recently, someone from my past popped up. I would just say an old vibe, an old scene. Y'all know the type, right? And for a little while, I thought maybe, this is harmless. And a lot of times we think that. We believe that we can dibble and dabble, if you will. We can do this and it won't cause an issue. We can do that and we got it. It's not always true. Because as soon as I hung long enough, I felt it. And I want you to think about this as I talk about it. When you maybe have felt, you may have felt this same energy that I'm about to explain. It was the disturbance. It was the disturbance. It was the disturbance, the drama, the spiritual cringe. I was trying to be understood in a room I had already outgrown. And like you may be in a space where you're trying to be understood in a room, but you've outgrown that space. And that's when it hit me. Romero, you've grown. You've grown. And you've grown. And be proud of that and make sure that you celebrate that win. Because you're teaching yourself how to see yourself better. And guys, I actually felt like I walked into a room, wearing a 3-piece suit, Steve Harvey down, walking in, while everybody else had on those beat up life, ain't changed hoodies. You know what I'm talking about? Do y'all kind of get where I'm going with this? Quick question. You ever try to explain your peace to somebody who profits off your chaos? Think about it. I know it. Have you ever tried to explain your peace to someone who profits off of your chaos? They don't hear you. And your peace does what? Upsets them. How can our peace upset someone? It can. It's someone you've outgrown. It's someone that you've outgrown. And you all know on the Good Morning Man podcast, I have my wise plant friend here, Buddy. Buddy's a tree, but I always just brought this plant friend in to stand in for him. Let's see what Buddy has to say about this situation. Buddy, what's up, man? Growth is like a tree. You don't see it day to day, but over time, them roots get deep. You tried to go back to shallow soil, but your branches are too wide for that pot now, partner. Man, Buddy, you are preaching today. You know what? I outgrew that pot, and I was trying to stuff my whole branch into this system, and it was not working. I was cramped, hurting myself, right? That's what we do. That's what we do. And Buddy, what do you have to say to that? Growth doesn't come with a return policy, bro. It's just a lesson learned. You're right. I love talking with you, buddy. And listen, I ain't mad at nobody, and you shouldn't be mad at nobody. That's the beauty of it. It's no hate. It's no beef. It's just clarity. I see now that chapter had to close because My story is better. Your story is better without it. As Les Brown says, you have greatness in you, but you can't tap into it if you keep going back to who you had to be to survive. And a lot of us and a lot of people thrive or operate in a space of survival. You know, you tolerate things when you're trying to survive. You do things you wouldn't do to try to survive. You minimize yourself when you're trying to survive. You're growing. I'm growing. We're growing. We're moving on from that space. We're moving from survival to living. We're moving from survival to living. And you'll always hear me speak of Bob Proctor. He's one of my most influential, motivating speakers that I listen to on Audible and books and YouTube videos. He said that change is inevitable, but personal growth, that's a choice. And baby, I chose to grow, and I know that you are choosing to grow because you're here with me on the Good Morning Maine podcast. And let me tell you this, you can't put new wine in old wine skins, especially if the wine's top shelf. Let that sink in. You can't put new wine in old wine skins, especially not if the wine's top shelf. You top shelf wine, baby. I'm top shelf wine, baby. We not Taylor Port around here. We boo-boo click-core. Look it up if you don't know. It's not quite wine. It's the champagne. But anyway, you get where I was going. And right now, I just want to jump into the gratitude for the test and jot this down. I want you all to take this into consideration too, how to be grateful for the test, because a lot of times people are tested and they're missing the lesson in it. And they're missing the need to have gratitude for that test, because what I've learned is that the test wasn't to punish me, it was to actually show me and show you, if you're being tested, that you're grown. When we're in school, how do we know we master the subject? A test. You must be tested. It was that moment in the mirror, and I looked at myself and I talked to myself and I reflected back that I saw how far I've come. I didn't react. I don't react, I'm sorry. I don't beg to be seen. I just observe myself. And I said, Romero, you're not there anymore. And that's in those moments when I was with a company I used to keep and situations I used to be in. And I realized I've grown because my mindset was to remove myself peacefully for me, because I see that I have grown, and you might have to do that same. Another author and motivator that I like is Jim Rohn. He said, don't join an easy crowd. You won't grow. Go where the expectations and demands to perform are high, and that includes yourself too. You know, it's going to be tough when you try to surround yourself with people who are where you want to be, because you may feel less than, but don't do that. You are more than. Put yourself around those people. Use your talents, because their drive to be where they are will influence and motivate you. You want to be around people who are leveled up so you can level up. You feel me? You feel me? You feel me? And thank you all for joining me here on the Good Morning Maine podcast. Please go ahead and click subscribe, and also drop some of your comments and let me know how you feel about this episode as well. I really, really, really appreciate you all very, very much. So much more is coming in season 2. It's going to be more in depth, more trauma based, and I'm also going to bring people on, and we're going to have that dialogue about trauma and recovery and healing and friends and family, just all those dynamics that, you know, that shape us as beings. So right now, I want you to listen, because I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, my listeners. Maybe you've been dipping your toe back in the past. You've already outgrown. We do it. I've done it. Maybe you've been trying to resuscitate dead friendships, dead energy, or that discount version of yourself. What I want you to do, jot this down. I am going to stop it right now. You don't owe your old patterns your future. Reflect on that. You don't owe your old patterns your future. What you do owe yourself, you owe you the truth, the peace, the elevation, and the next level of you doesn't come with a rearview mirror. It doesn't come with a rearview mirror. Besides, that old you didn't even like them folks for real. The old you didn't even like them folks for real, because now that I look back, there are people I can't believe I consider friends that I hung with, that I minimized myself for, but no more. Because we're not bitter about it. We're grateful for them because they helped shape who we are, today. Yep. They helped shape who we are today. And I do got an affirmation, and we're going to get ready to close here. And I want you all to say this with me. I've grown, and I will not shrink to be accepted. I let go with love, and I walk forward with power. I am aligned. I am evolving. I am not who I used to be, and that's a blessing. Now you go out there and walk it like you know who you are. Stop trying to fit a crown. Stop trying to fit a crown into a shoebox. Put it on your head. You are royalty now, and I want you to act like it. I really want you to act like it. Man, this has been episode 8 of the Good Morning Man podcast with your guy, your big your unlicensed life therapist, Rolling with Ro, and you already know we grow, we glow, and we move forward. Until next time, don't let no one disturb your peace, including the old version of you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and come in here. Come back and check me out. Check out my other content, and let's grow together. We can be empowered, encouraged, and enlightened. And in the words of Les Brown, every day is a good day when you create it in your mind. Until next time, keep.